Ted Jankin with Oxygen Financial pops in the studio. And during the break, and you would agree with me, Steve and I go back and forth on this all the time. He makes fun of me for being frugal. He calls me a cheap bastard. But I say that I'm frugal, and I just got some new sneakers that I had shipped to me, free shipping, mind you, from Colorado in the Nike outlet. I won't pay any more than $50 for sneakers. That's smart money management. You're a money management guy. That's smart money. Will that be on my dashboard with Oxygen Financial, which I've just rolled all my money over to?
Yeah, we'll sync it in. It'll say $39.99 Nike sneakers. We'll put it right on the dashboard.
$54.97 free shipping. And he sits there and he brags, Ted. He brags about how his shoes were $1,000 and they're suede. And nobody cares.
No, nobody. I don't mention it. I just bought really nice shoes, and I want them to last.
These will last. These will last forever. These will be around when cockroaches are around, the apocalypse.
Those will fall apart inside of a year.
No way, dude.
Mark my words.
They're stitched very well.
These were made by true Chinese little kids. And
yeah.
If you paid $50 for those and they don't last a year, I would be so angry.
Yeah, she pays like.
Yeah, I won't pay more than like $20 for shoes.
If I pay $50 for shoes, if they get me through the day, I'm happy.
Oh, come on, Ted.
Well, one of the smartest things to do is that most stores will have a clearance rack.
That's where I shop.
If you just don't care that the sneakers are like
weird colors.
Well, it's not just weird colors. They're just one step out of season. You can get a great pair of shoes for $30 or $40.
Hi, welcome to the shoes that nobody else wanted.
They're not all like neon fluorescent shoes.
No. You both.
Some bad looks.
You both are extremely wrong. The clearance rack has got the word clearance has gotten such a bad name. All it is, it's the older version. That's all it is.
Well, he's kind of saying that. It's last year's model.
There's nothing wrong with last year's model. Live in the past a little bit to save a few dollars.
If you don't mind walking through the gym and hearing people go,
now, granted, some of my shoes are a size 11 and some are a size 10.5.
Don't worry about it. It's perfect. You got a deal.
If you can live with that, that's fine. It's trendy.
One of them turns and bends a little bit out to the right for no reason, but I got them for half price.
Ted, if you're trying to save money, this is the stuff you do, though.
Yeah, well, it's especially true, actually, if you have bigger feet. No kidding. If you have a 12 or 13 or 14, you'll always get the best selection on that clearance rack.
I got kids.
And you'll get good-looking shoes.
I got kids, man.
Dude, now hold on. Now you're hitting it. If kids, I'll put my kids in anything. I'll have them wear thick socks. I know they're growing. I will spend the money on me. Not them.
You know what's sad, though, with Caleb, because he's 13, his shoe size is bigger than mine, so I'm wearing his hand-me-downs. Like his old shoes. Like if
the ones he wore like 2 years ago?
Yeah, if I go work out in the yard or something, I got to wear his old stuff.
Jason, I hate these boxer shorts. You can have them.
So money mistakes when people move in together. We were talking, I think, briefly about this the other week. And Ted and I were going back and forth, and he has a list. And if you've ever been to Ted's website, oxygenfinancial.net, it's a fantastic source of information. I mean, once you sign up with Oxygen Financial, this dashboard that they provide, I went over there and met with your guy, Tyler. It's the most phenomenal piece of software for managing your money, whether it's just a few dollars or whether it's 7 digits. This is how you get back on track, stay on track. Here's your commercial, because it really is a phenomenal piece of software that you provide.
And
for
what
your
I
clients.
like about it's a pie chart, and I love a good pie chart. When you can look at your spending and what you're doing, I'm about the visible, man, or what I can see, and I love a pie chart. I know where my slices are going.
Well, the truth is, when you're 22 years old, everything that you have can fit in one box, right? Maybe you're 42 years old. You collect lots of boxes. So where are you going to see everything that you have in one single place at one time? All your bank accounts and IRAs and real estate. How do you manage your family finances without having it all in one picture? And that's what we do.
Yeah, I went over to your Alpharetta office, and he's got an oxygen bar there set up in the front.
Did you breathe in the oxygen?
No, I saw it on my way out.
Okay. You should do that. I do it at his Buckhead office. I'll stop in because that's convenient for me. I don't even talk to anybody. I just walk in and start breathing oxygen.
It's good for smokers.
Yeah.
I can't say enough cool things about you guys, Ted. I mean, just the way that you treat your customers. I ran into a listener there as well, and it just everything is absolutely phenomenal. You do a fantastic job there. Money mistakes when people move in together. Run down this list.
Well, I was going to say one of the hardest things that happens is people move in together, and they talk about where they're going to live, but hardly ever do people talk about money and how you're going to manage it and how things are going to get split. So one of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is they pick the wrong person to pay the bills. Who's going to pay the bills? You move in with your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever happens. Now you're living together. How are the bills going to get split up and who's going to pay for them?
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
The correct answer is the person that wants to better their credit. So if your name is on the bills, because paying your electric bill, paying all these different utilities, it's one of the fastest ways to boost your credit.
I agree with that.
So whoever's smart enough to take the responsibility of the bills, that's what you need to do.
I was always that guy in our
was
living.
I.
Yeah, and it sucks because you're stuck holding it. But I'm like, it's worth the responsibility. And then when a roommate walks on you, you're like, oh god.
All right, give me
Well,
the next one.
it isn't just the bills, Jason. Then the question is, are you going to have a joint account or not?
No. No.
Oh, it's a significant other?
Well, I'm just saying, when you move in, are you going to have a joint account, or are you going to say, well, Jason, you're going to pay rent and electricity, and this one's going to pay cable and
It's the worst thing you could possibly do. You're talking about a relationship like guy, girl, or gay couple, or whatever. Like a love
whatever
relationship.
partners move in together.
Okay, well, I'm married. Jason lives in sin. What are you doing?
Well, I pay the bills because that's what us sinful people do. And then we sign the check and the memo, devil. No, you don't do joint because everything good comes to an end at one point in your life. So when that point does take place, when that does happen, somebody's going to be bitter and they're going to try to screw you over no matter what happens to them. So you always take responsibility of these things so you have control. Always have control.
What would you do if we
relinquish
lived
control.
together? If you and I were roommates?
I would pay the bills.
But then I've always paid the bills. Then what?
And I would kick you out.
Really?
Yes, you would not live with
Well,
me.
I think you're talking about the next.
I would.
You're talking about the next piece in here, which is not having the money talk. Are you a spender or are you a saver? Right? When you're living apart, you might go out and have dinner and go to the movies and go to a show, but you don't know. Do you have a spending fetish for buying shoes, clothes, or do you like buying nice things for the house? If you don't have that discussion, then you're going to get really upset because one partner might be spending more than another. So a lot of couples never have the money talk before they start living together.
I can answer that one for you too. You do like I did. You find a low-maintenance chick, a girl that doesn't go and blow a lot of money. Rach is fantastic like that.
Yeah.
You find a girl that doesn't have to go out and spend something every day and a good head on her shoulders. I mean, that's before you even move in. You find out what kind of piece you're dealing with.
I'm somewhere in the middle. I mean, Amanda buys things online, but she gets a good deals. She shops, but she'll spend here and there. She runs it by me. At least I know what's going on. She bought 2 dresses because I have 2 birthday parties coming up.
That's fine.
So I was like, okay.
Well, some people think they know what's going on, but now you're saying if you have 2 separate checking accounts, how do you know what's going on? Right? You don't know if your partner's charging up credit card debt. I see it all the time, or spending money out of their bank account.
You don't put them on your credit card. If they're going to charge up debt, have them do it on their own, and then when they put themselves in a hole, you break up with them. You don't want any of that debt.
I didn't marry a girl that would do that to me. Trust me. She rides me. She's like, what are you spending? Don't do that.
Really? Tell us more about that.
Yeah, come on.
What's your
So
next
this is
one?
the strategy. As soon as she runs out of money, you break up with her?
No, as soon as she gets way in debt and brings you in, because that's disrespectful to you and your money situation.
Yeah, when her debt becomes your debt, she's hitting the road.
Yeah, that's not happening.
So one of the big ones that couples don't discuss are the what ifs, right? Let's just use one simple one. Like, what if one of you loses your job? Because remember, you were splitting up rent now and car payments and electricity. Now, if you lose your job, what are you going to do?
Well, I'll tell you what I did. You lean on that person.
Yeah, you do. It's a team.
It's a team.
It's a team.
It's a team. Now it's a team.
Yeah. Amanda doesn't currently work, but if I lost my job, I would really ask her to go back to work. I'm like, I need you to work now.
It's a team effort.
And she would.
Now
Yeah.
it's a team.
That may be true, but imagine one of you is making $100K and that other person can't go back and make $100K tomorrow, but you're living at that lifestyle right now. We see it all the time.
Well, you should always have at least 6 months saved, for those kinds of circumstances. So that's on you.
Yeah, you got to be prepared for the worst.
If not, sell drugs.
Big mistake I talk about is don't co-sign on any loans. That's
Yes.
a big one.
That's a good one.
Co-signing on cars or home now, because you might buy a home together, but you're not married yet. You may never get married, whatever your relationship is, and so who's going to actually be on the deed of the house or the cars?
Yeah, and especially if you're married and you get divorced, this is another reason why one person's name should be on there, because just because you get divorced, they can't split the names off of the note of the house. It's not like when you get divorced, they say, okay, well, your name's now off the note of the house. You have to then sell the house or refi the house in order to make that happen, which is another headache in itself. That's a huge process to go through. So just put one person's name on the house.
Yeah, well, especially sometimes people will co-sign for student debt too. So you just, you got to just be very, very careful when you get in there, because you might think you're in love or you might be in love.
Yeah, sometimes it's smarter just to have them be stupid.
Tim Andrews has had a student loan for 22 years. He hasn't finished, right?
Let's see. When was 1994? 21 years ago.
Guess that,
21.
Guess that math class didn't help out either, did it?
No.
You needed a girlfriend to co-sign with you on that, and then you wouldn't have to worry about all this.
All right, give me another one here.
Well, I'm
Ted.
going to give you one of the big ones in here is that actually a lot of couples never discuss chores. Now, I know this might sound trivial, but imagine one person's making more money than another one, and they say, well, hey, wait a minute, Jason, I'm making $100,000. You're only making $30,000. You ought to be doing more of the laundry, the dishes, things like that. Big battle that couples have when they get together. Money's involved. I know it doesn't sound like money's involved, but believe me, it is involved because we're part financial person, part therapist. It's part of our job.
That comes out in an argument, I can tell you that. It
Well-
will come out in an argument. It shouldn't.
At the risk of sounding chauvinistic, there are
Oh, boy.
set things that guys do in the house, and there are set things that women do in it. It's been around since BC, the day and age before Christ.
You're a lucky man.
Guys take out the trash.
I agree with that.
Women do the laundry.
My house, it's both, but
Guys
yeah.
fix stuff. Women do the dishes.
Amanda fixes things.
I
Go ahead.
totally agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
I have a male roommate, and I take out the trash. I change all the light bulbs.
Oh, he's gay.
I do all the handiwork around the house.
Where can people find you, Ted?
Wow.
Hey, if you want a guide and you're moving in, getting together, we've got a great guide of money mistakes not to make when you move in together. Go to oxygenfinancial.net. I'll give you my 5 tips of the mistakes that people make so you have a better financial future.
Yeah, you got a laundry list of these things. So
It's
yeah.
good stuff.
This is awesome. Roommate situations. They
20
need to
years
call
of
you.
therapy.
You're
Trust
damn
me.
right.
Well, not just roommates, but I mean, Rachel's not my roommate.
But we all know people, even we've all made mistakes. You cannot make these mistakes by calling Oxygen.
She's my sinful bunkmate. You know.
Y'all need to get married. I'm tired of this. My preacher was asking me about you people.